Hello and welcome. I'll wait till Jay gets in
Sorry,
his chair.
I'm here. I'm here.
Welcome
Oh,
to A
hang
Blockbuster
on.
Year. I'm Brandon Mindell. With me always is Jay Ryan. Tonight we are talking about the Michael J. Fox classic Teen Wolf. You ready, Jay?
Sure.
Let's pop in the tape.
It's my favorite part. Oh no. It's not going.
Professional.
Hang on. I'm pushing it this time. There we go. So I think the issue is that the guy with all the toys doesn't know how to use them. But
Welcome,
hi everybody.
everyone. We are blessed with podcast royalty, I will say tonight. We have Craig Goldberg from Yes Have Some podcast and Toy Anxiety. He's a avid collector. He's a freaking author. Look at this bad boy right here. Craig Goldberg, The Real Ghostbusters, A Visual History, an
Oh wow.
incredible book. Uh, so thank you so much for doing the show, Craig. I'm such a huge fan.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. Thank you for the plug. And actually, thank you for even helping and contributing with some awesome photography for the book. Appreciate that. No, when you guys started up the show, I knew I wanted to be part of it. And I mean, 1985 is a great year. There's so many
Yeah.
movies. It was really hard to pick, but Teen Wolf is one of my all-time favorites. So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of teenagers turning into wolves, and this movie is the perfect outlet for me to to get
Also,
into.
we did have a rule when we were sending out the list to people, so everyone's aware. We said, "Here's all the movies we're going to be covering this year. You're not allowed to pick Back to the Future, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, or The Goonies."
Yeah.
So
Right.
we
None of,
we
none
don't
of the
even
three big movies
yeah,
from that year.
those are huge movies for us. We don't even really know what we're going to do for those movies. They seem like they will definitely be more than one episode. Just they're so gargantuan. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you picked Teen Wolf, and I'm glad we get to talk about Michael J. Fox tonight.
I'm glad that we all look like this. We all have a bit of scruff going on. Nobody
Yeah,
is like really well groomed at the moment.
Yeah, I
No,
wish
no,
that
no.
I hadn't got my hair cut and shaved my beard because I do have a much bigger beard and much longer hair, and it would have been full Teen Wolf.
It would have been. I realized last night on the air, I go, ooh, geez, you're about 2 weeks overdue for a shave and a haircut. But then, being that this was the movie today, it was like you can't do it
Yeah.
right now. It can't be.
Got to wolf out.
Right, right. This is all of us pretty wolfy. But yeah, Craig, I'm really excited you're here too, man. This is very cool because Brandon just kind of turned me on recently to Yes Have Some, and so I've been watching your guys' stuff. So to me, this is kind of cool because I know you already.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you. Yeah,
I know
we've been
our
doing,
last guest last week was awesome, but I don't watch Star Wars, so he was just a cool
Okay,
new friend.
right.
Yeah. We had Paul Sun Hyung Lee last week.
What is Star Wars compared to being on the internet? Uh, no, I mean, we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of YHS, and kind of our motto is it always feels like we're just getting started. We're always trying new things and trying to, continue to do what we're passionate about, which is talking about these movies and these franchises that we're so obsessed with. It's a lot of fun. It's a great outlet. We've made so many incredible friends along the way, and kind of established. It's kind of hard as an adult to find new social circles, but
Yeah.
through YouTube and podcasting, we've met some amazing people. So it's been quite a journey, and yeah, I'm just excited to be here and rewatching Teen Wolf this week. It's weird because I mean I've seen it 100 times, but now I was watching it with real intention.
Yeah,
There's a
critical eye.
purpose to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to sort of gush a little bit because I am such a fan of your other show, Toy Anxiety, live on Tuesday nights.
Thank you.
I maybe I'm a bit biased because I came to the show after becoming friends with Ryan. That's how I sort of found the show. But my love for the show has surpassed my friendship with Ryan, and part of it is because I think the community that you have built on the Toy Anxiety channel, and even your YHS, main podcast channel, that community is like full of like some of the best people of those fandoms, and that is an environment that you guys really you do such a good job at making it like a fun, not taken too seriously, but also just like an accepting, cool place to hang out on Tuesday nights.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. That means a lot. It's pretty intentional. I mean, the internet is weird. Fandoms are weird. Anytime you kind of like get a peek behind the curtain of, some hardcore fans of any kind of subculture, there's always going to be like some toxic stuff and nasty stuff. And we really try to keep it to be more of a lighthearted, still passionate, but just kind of a different approach. And honestly, let's face it, when you've got Jacob Walsh and Ryan Dole, there's going to be a very low tolerance for I don't know. Can we cuss here?
Yeah, of course.
There's a low bullshit tolerance. So,
totally.
But like in 10 years, we've had very, very few, crazy things happen. Like it's pretty. We for whatever reason we attract like a really open-minded, intelligent, fun crowd, and it's great. We love it.
Yeah, and I really appreciate. I see a lot of the same names in the chat tonight that I see when I'm watching Toy Anxiety. So I see Jason Grohosky in there. I see Skylar Davis.
YHS is known for being great with buttons and toys. Jay Ryan, he's letting me know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like thank you so much for doing this. It really does mean a lot to me.
No, thank you.
What do you? I guess most people probably saw Back to the Future first. Or is that how you came to Teen Wolf?
It's one of those weird things. So I was born in '84.
Okay.
And I'm assuming Back to the Future was first, but it's that kind of thing where those formative years where you're first watching movies and stuff for the first time, it's all, when you're like 2 or 3, you kind of think Teen Wolf and Back to the Future kind of the same thing. Like it's like you just know it's, and I know we'll probably get into it, but because
there were a lot of parallels I put here.
A lot of parallels, filmed at the same time. I think maybe on the same streets at times.
Definitely the same street. Definitely,
we'll get into it. So I mean, I don't remember a time where I wasn't a fan of Teen Wolf. But I don't think it quite had hold on me that like, Back to the Future or Ghostbusters did. But I remember when I had it probably on VHS, but when I really started collecting DVDs in the late 90s, I remember at some point getting a copy of Teen Wolf and kind of rediscovering it as a teenager. It's one of those movies that it hits on a different level. Like it's a peculiar kind of movie. Like I watched it with Abby this week, and there's a couple times where we're like, "What is going on with this movie?"
Yeah, we'll get into some of that too.
Yeah.
There's some wackadoodle stuff in here.
There's some wackadoodle stuff, but I loved Michael J. Fox, and I loved Family Ties, and I obviously was obsessed with Back to the Future. So, Teen Wolf was always there for me.
Oh, Troy Benjamin, the co-author of The Real Ghostbusters: A Visual History. Craig and Troy wrote this book together.
So I think I might know Troy, right? Oh, well, how the hell would you two know? I don't know why I'm asking. But Troy, do we know one another?
Troy is L.A. based, isn't he?
Troy's in L.A.
Yeah.
But I think from the Ghostbuster days, I think we probably know each other.
Yeah. Well, Troy's run Ghostbusters HQ since the mid-'90s, so if you ever were on any of the fan sites, you probably came across
I was a Proptopia guy back in the day, but that's dating myself because that was...
Okay.
I don't even know if anybody remembers that. That was Sean Bishop's board.
As a weird sort of thing, for you, Craig, I met Jay, and one of the first things he said to me is like, "I think I worked on your Ecto," and Jay
that got crazy fast.
Yeah, Jay worked on my Ecto before I owned it.
Yeah. when Bishop
Just
rebuilt
crazy.
it with the better rack and all the
Yeah.
more accurate stuff. I was part of
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you know Sean Bishop, you probably know Troy. This is
Yeah.
see,
If I know
this is
Sean, yeah, I know
all
Sean Bishop.
yeah, this is all clicking. This is all
Yeah.
coming together now. This is great.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I built
Um,
everything Sean built car wise. We did together.
Yeah.
We built the
nice. Very
first
cool.
and the second.
One of the
Rebuilt the first, then the second Ecto, then 1, 2, 3 DeLoreans.
And you told me that story, Jay, about how at the Scream Awards, when Bill Murray put on that pack, that's your proton pack that Bill Murray is wearing on stage at the Scream Awards.
Yeah, we built that. Yeah,
Wow.
and I put it on him.
Yeah. Anyway,
That
we're
was,
not
there was a
talking about
time. There was a time when
1984.
that appearance of Bill Murray at the Scream Awards was the most important thing to happen in Ghostbusters
Yeah.
in 25 years.
So I'm glad you remember that, because when I talk to people about it nowadays, they're like, "So," and I'm like, "You don't get it. It was like the
Yeah.
first time he was in the
Understand.
suit in 20 years. It was a big
Yeah.
deal."
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Yeah.
So
But
we
we'll
were
save
doing
that
for that same night. We did the Michael
for
J. Fox. And,
1984.
oh, sorry.
No. Okay, you can tell your Michael J. Fox story. I'll let you tell your Michael J. Fox story. That's on topic.
No, I just meant that the Bill Murray thing was an accident. We stumbled upon that because what I was there for a couple weeks was because they were using our time machine for the Michael J. Fox Chris Lloyd reunion. They hadn't been together in however
Right.
many years.
Yeah.
So that was this whole thing on the Scream Awards, and we shot pre-tapes where we drove it up, where the start line is up at Griffith Park and all that stuff, and then this huge night building up to, and like the night before, the wardrobe lady comes downstairs. This was at the Greek Theater here in Los Angeles, in a big, huge outdoor venue. And she comes down to me and she goes, "I hear you're the guy to maybe talk to about getting a proton pack." And I go, "First of all, yeah, I'm the guy. But why are you asking? Like, what's going on?" She goes, "Okay, you can't tell anybody." She goes, "But we just got a yes from Bill Murray. And he said he would do Ghostbusters. So we're making the suit, but we need to get a proton pack." And I go, "I got you. It's crazy that I'm here, but I got you, and we'll get this sorted." And what a frickin' night.
That's awesome.
And Bill
yeah,
showed
that's
up the next
Ghostbusters
night,
history.
and he was happy to do it. He was super frickin' cool. So nice to all the wardrobe ladies.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
It's very cool.
But it was an
Moving
accident.
on.
Like, I was there for the time machine and this Christopher Lloyd stuff and everything else, and they laid out the fire on
Yeah.
the stage. It was a huge production. But I'm kind of more excited about the proton pack.
Teen Wolf. Okay.
Yeah,
Am I the only
I'm
one
sorry.
here who doesn't like this
I
movie?
will.
Should we get that out of the Should we get that out of the way?
Well, it's okay. It's charming, but upon this rewatch, I was really focusing on some of the weirdness
Okay.
in the movie.
Okay, cool. Okay, that makes me feel better.
Well, when's the last time you think you saw it, Jay?
I didn't grow up with this movie. I've never liked this movie. I saw this movie partway through when I was a kid. I go, "This is the worst thing. This is like Howard the Duck. It's just as bad." And I turned it off, and I never went back.
Leah Thompson.
Fair comparison. Yeah, it's the Back to the Future gang, and they're
That's right.
weird. They're weird.
They're
movies.
adolescents.
Yeah. So Teen Wolf obviously stars Michael J. Fox. We all know that Michael J. Fox is Marty McFly, right? He does Back to the Future, and Back to the Future comes out in the same year. But Teen Wolf, he actually he shot first. So Teen Wolf is directed by Rod Daniel. Rod Daniel doesn't really have much to his name. WKRP in Cincinnati, K9 with Jim Belushi, and Beethoven's Second.
There was something I did recognize, though, that I was kind of surprised that he did.
Okay, well, while you're looking that up, I think one of the most interesting things about Teen Wolf, besides the Michael J. Fox thing, is who wrote Teen Wolf.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Teen Wolf is written by Jeff Loeb, famous comic book writer. I mean, Jeff Loeb wrote probably two of the most famous Batman stories ever, Batman Hush and Long Halloween. Like, I actually didn't register that. It wasn't one of those things that I actually didn't even really know. I'm not the biggest comic book guy. And so when it came up, when I was rewatching the movie, I was like, it can't be that same Jeff Loeb.
That's funny.
But it can be.
but it can be
Yeah,
Jeff Loeb
like
the
It could
third.
be.
like Father Like Son, the Dudley Moore Kirk Cameron switcheroo movie.
I have never heard of that.
I'm too old for this
Oh man,
podcast. I'm too
that
old for
would
this.
be a
I'm the only one who was
podcast.
alive when these movies came out. Is that right?
Well, no,
Oh,
you could. How long? If you were just going to do a podcast where your whole concept was switcheroos, I mean, you've got that one. You've got vice versa. You've
vice
got
versa
Freaky
at the same
Friday.
time. They were out at the same time. Freaky
Were they?
Friday,
That's
right?
The
the
Judge Reinhold one.
that's the
Yeah.
Judge Reinhold, Fred
Yeah.
Savage one.
That is
Um,
arguably pretty entertaining. I actually think that for
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those
it's
types of
great.
movies, they did a lot of fun stuff in it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like,
So I mean, I guess I should just get it out of the way. I actually really do like Teen Wolf, but it's one of those things where it's not necessarily because I find it to be, a quality. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, there's a lot of montages in this movie.
Yeah.
a lot of
There's
montages.
a lot of montages, and I appreciate the passage of time in a montage. It's not like a poorly shot movie. Like it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
good
obviously
good quality
Yeah.
film stock they use. That's for sure.
yeah, absolutely good quality film stock. And Michael J. Fox he's just really good.
Yeah,
He's
agreed.
like
mean,
he's very
yeah.
captivating.
He's Michael J. Fox. Like
Right.
we all see it on Family Ties. You all see it in Back to the Future. Even his later career, any of his other films, like the guy is so charismatic. It's actually unbelievable when you see him in a movie like Teen Wolf, where there's other people doing big performances like Styles, but it doesn't have the same like warmth and magic that the Michael J. Fox performance has.
No, Styles is in a well, I mean, I don't know how you want to do this, but I've got thoughts on Styles.
I can't wait.
Well,
I can't wait to talk about this because I thought. Go ahead.
well, no, it's fine. I just want to get through some of these credits real quick. So, written by Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman. We're going to talk about them again because they also wrote the movie Commando, which came out in 1985. So we'll talk about that again.
I've never seen that one, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Is that the get to the chopper?
No, you ask that every single time. That's Predator.
God damn it! You're right. That's at least 3 times I've asked.
Yes, third time's the charm. We'll get it in your memory for sure.
I'm so confident it's Commando every time. I'm like, that's the one, right? Because I want to sound like I know what's up, and I just fail every time.
Yeah, there's not really like other than the comic book connection. I did ask Ryan Dole, who is part of Toy Anxiety, Craig's other show, and I was like, okay, what are some of your favorite Jeff Loeb comics? So I'm just gonna shout out. These are some of Ryan Dole's picks. He obviously said Hush and Long Halloween, Superman, For All Seasons, Superman, Emperor Joker, Catwoman, When in Rome, and Spider-Man Blue. So those are all Ryan Dole's picks on A Blockbuster Year for Jeff Loeb reads.
Nice.
So yeah, it's written by Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman, produced by Atlantic Releasing Company, and the whole point of Teen Wolf was to make a movie for less than $1 million because Atlantic Releasing Company had success with this film, Valley Girl, Nicolas Cage's first like main role, we'll say. But this movie was made for $350,000 and then went on to make like 16 million or something like that. So this production company, Atlantic Releasing Pictures, was like, okay, let's just find a cheap script, let's hire some cheap actors, and we'll make this movie, we'll market it, and then we'll make another $16 million. And spoiler alert, they did it again with Teen Wolf. Because they hired Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman to write the script, and they wrote it in, where are we here? They wrote it in 3 weeks and got paid $4,000.
Oh my gosh.
That's about a $4,000 script.
Yeah.
One of the questions I had on here was the budget low? Because it felt like their use of music in the ways they used music and didn't use music, it just felt like they were saving money. That could have been a creative choice. I have no idea.
I mean, 80% of the movie is in that small gym. Like it's
Yeah.
mostly in the gym that's like the size of the gym from Bayside, Saved by the Bell. It doesn't even
Yeah.
feel like a real gym.
You're right. It's
Yeah,
like it's a TV gym. You're right.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I didn't?
The
I
rest it
didn't
seems to
think
be driving around the same block in Pasadena.
Yeah, Bushnell
Yeah, yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah,
didn't
and then the one
actually-
that's downtown wherever the hardware store is. That's
Yeah,
that's like Fair Oaks and something.
Yeah.
Fair Oaks and Lake, I think.
I actually didn't think to even look. Is the gym that the dance is in the same gym from the basketball games, or is that a different location?
Oh,
that's
I didn't
gotta
even
be the
look
same
either.
Place.
Yeah, but
I would imagine
basically
it's the
we've got a gym, we've got some hallways, we've got classroom, couple of bathrooms, and
Hardware
then
store.
hardware store and the Scott house, and then some exteriors.
Yeah. $4,000. That's what you get. No,
Yeah.
no more set pieces.
That's all
No
you
more
need.
scenes. I mean, it's yeah, I don't know. I'm getting excited thinking about some of my. There's like 3 or 4 things in this movie that are so peculiar that I can't wait to talk about.
Couple more.
Can we
Yeah,
get
go
the
ahead,
elephant?
Jay.
Can we talk about Styles and get the elephant out of the room? Because I
Sure,
need to
yeah,
say
let's-
something
let's-
about it, but I need him to go first.
So yeah, Jerry Levine plays Styles in. I don't even know how to describe it because he's doing a lot, but he's actually so good at it that it like
I don't want to
doesn't-
dissect it yet. I got to tell you something first, but I want him to say whatever he was going to say before.
Oh, you want
Oh.
Craig to say?
Yes.
I was just gonna say, like, Styles is pretty big this whole movie. I don't understand where his career went because,
Talk
like,
about it.
I think coming out of Teen Wolf, just if I'm watching it for a first time, like, I'm like, okay, this is like this should be like a Spicoli level cultural takeover.
Yeah.
He's a
for
guy. Yeah.
Styles. And you
He
know,
should be.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
but no, that's it. I mean, he's on top of the van and he's organizing everything. But go for it because I've got more thoughts about what.
Well, so I thought whenever we got to Teen Wolf on this little podcast, I would ask my friend Jerry Levine to be the guest.
Oh, and I know why he's your friend.
I worked with him for years on Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
He was a TV
He directed
director that
22
did,
episodes.
Oh my God.
He did so many episodes the first year that we ended up bringing him on as a producer so that he could direct more episodes. Whatever, it was fundamentally and cheaper, I think, was the end of the day. But I worked with him for years, and in fact, I haven't talked to him in a few years, but I bet he's still on my phone. And the last time we did talk was because he wanted to show his son the time machine.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
but
So we
so
need-
like
are we doing a live call?
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
Bring
do
him
know
up.
I know him well, and he what people might not know was that he is married to who was the president of CBS, Nina Tassler.
Oh wow.
So he married a really big deal in the entertainment industry, and he wasn't allowed to clown around as much anymore. Although he is every bit of Styles that we saw in the movie that I saw today.
Yeah.
Like he is that funny personality. He's sarcastic. He's witty. He's always got an angle, and so we'll have him do something for some other movie. But he's in Swimming with Sharks, but that didn't come out till the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
So, first of all, that's amazing, and I do, Styles is a pretty iconic, side character who is as memorable as Michael J. Fox in the movie in my perspective, which is not, that's he was a big star at the time, so that's commendable.
And not even just his T-shirts.
Oh, his T-shirts are great. I tried to get the Dick Nose one in time. I was going to order it and wear it tonight, but I couldn't.
One of the things actually is I'll talk about why I have this a little bit later, but I have the Teen Wolf script here.
Okay.
This is the final draft.
Wow.
Jeff Loeb III and Matthew Weissman.
podcast.
But because I had the script, I thought, I might as well read it, just to see what was on the page, what ended up. And one of the cool things I noticed, I marked the pages,
Doing a TV
is in the
podcast
script
right now.
a couple of times,
We're talking
it
about
specifically denotes what shirts Styles is wearing.
Oh, wow.
Rupert Styles Stilinski. That's his real name, by the way. Rupert Stilinski. A frenetic
Okay.
whirlwind of hustle with a too soon mustache and a t-shirt proclaiming "Life sucks, then you die." So that's
That is
that's his character
that's
introduction.
that's
Later
funny.
in the film, where is it here? Later in the film, um, Styles bursts into the kitchen wearing a T-shirt that reads "Obnoxious, the movie,"
I'm
and then there's
wearing I'm wearing this shirt because I felt like Styles
this.
created the
Yes,
ironic tee.
Right.
totally. Yeah, the graphic tee. The funny thing is the one that doesn't appear in the script is the what are you, or who are you looking at? Dick Nose. What is that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. The reason I started marking them is because I wanted to see like was there any others, but
Sure.
there's one other that's said it's the drunken state Florida, but
Okay.
those are the only three that are actually in the script.
So here's maybe this will set up the template for some of the character discussion here. I cannot figure out this school at all. First of all, let me just break this down. This is what I was thinking. Let me bring you into my headspace
Sure, please
while I was
take us
watching.
on a ride.
First of all, this basketball team is made up of a bunch of extremely untalented, unathletic people. Not that every basketball team should be.
And a coach who doesn't want to win, by the way.
Yeah, I think
Well,
first and foremost, their coach sucks. He
the
needs to go some
coach, if
Finstock.
anybody in this movie deserves a backstory or their own trilogy, it's Coach Finstock because this is a fantastic character.
I
I
will
looked that guy
say,
up. I looked that guy up to see what else he
yeah,
did. You know what else he's done? He
he's
wrote The Muppets
Mupp-
Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan and The Great Muppet Caper. He is a writer. That's why he was cast in the movie. But I think he probably is the funniest character
Oh
in the
no, he's
movie.
batting 1,000 in this
Yeah,
this movie.
every
Like every word.
everything.
Yeah.
When he's like, hey, sorry, I haven't noticed. I haven't been in the locker room lately.
That, and then when he's the first interaction where Michael J. Fox is talking to him about how he's going through, he's like, "Hey, if you ever need to talk about anything, I told you." And then he goes this, he's like, "Hey, man, I'm really busy right now." Like it's just like it's
And
just the
he's
delivery.
got KFC all over his desk.
Yeah, he's like, "You want a thigh or a wing or something?" But anyways,
Yeah,
this school. So the basketball team is completely unathletic, uninspired. They don't even want to be on the team. Um, the lead high school bully doesn't even go to that school. He's on
yeah,
the
I
other,
know.
but
Mick
he's Mick's the bully,
of the
and then
Dragons.
the social scene, like they kind of play it to where like Styles and Booth and Scott are Scott, right? Michael J. Fox?
Yes, yeah.
Like they're kind of like on the outskirts and they're kind of losers and but then they're all at this party like with a keg and like living it up like the most popular kids at school, and like Styles goes back and forth from like, and we all have kids like this in high school who like he's always around but he's like you kind of need him there because he's gonna get things done, like I don't know, it's just it doesn't really fit the mold of like I mean, even the girl, the girl of Michael J. Fox's dreams,
Pamela.
she's not the head cheerleader. She's in
an
the school
actress.
play. Yeah,
She's
it just doesn't make any sense.
She's the only person in the school play.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think the school
yeah.
play is like an original work written by that drama teacher or whoever he is. But yeah, she's
Yeah.
the only person in the school play
Yeah.
until they cast the wolf.
Burn
And
my plantation. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild stuff.
well, and yeah, like that's the thing is that the screenplay is actually like quite absurd. And I don't want to get into it too much, but I had never seen Teen Wolf 2.
Okay.
But I was like, well, we're going to be talking Teen Wolf. I should watch Teen Wolf 2 to have the context. And Teen Wolf 2 is even crazy. Like, Teen Wolf 2 doesn't make any sense. If we're talking about how Teen Wolf doesn't really make sense in that way, Teen Wolf 2 is like an alien wrote this story about a wolf boy in college. It's absurd, that script.
Have you heard the story that but I've never seen Teen Wolf 2. I figured I've gone 41 years without it.
It's really bad. It's
But
really bad.
It's
Jason Bateman told
right?
yeah,
Yes.
he told
yes.
a story. I don't know if it was on his podcast or I heard him say like he was at like a basketball game and he was sitting next to Michael J. Fox and
Yes.
somebody walked up and he's like, "Hey, this is pretty big, huh? I bet you never thought you'd meet both Teen Wolves like together." But
Yeah,
yeah, I've never seen it.
I saw that clip because they put
Yeah.
them on the jumbotron,
Yeah.
both the Teen Wolves sitting at a ball game together.
Well, and that's huge too. I mean, those Teen Wolves can play some basketball. We learned
Yeah.
that in this movie.
To be fair, there is a part in Teen Wolf 2 where Jason Bateman as the wolf looks like he's in a ska band with like a fedora and like a green button-up shirt tucked in, and somebody throws a frisbee and he runs and catches it in his mouth like a dog.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, okay, that's okay. I did enjoy that.
Not to stay too much on Teen Wolf 2, but in Teen Wolf, the big enhancement for Scott is his basketball skills. But he also, in becoming a great basketball player, everybody on his team also gets really good at the end, which is great.
Yes. Well,
Does
they
Jason
did.
Bateman
At one point, like they're still bad and they're mad at him because he's just taken the ball. He's a ball hog.
the ball from his own play. By the way, I wore my Magic Johnson Dream
Oh.
Team shirt
Yes.
because I thought with maybe the right recruiter brings Scott in and the timeline works out, we could have seen Teen Wolf on the Dream Team
Oh,
in
yes,
1992.
totally. Get some rookie cards out there.
Oh, it would be huge. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Like when you start, okay, granted, we are talking about a movie where a teenage boy turns into a werewolf at his school, and then everyone is like cool with it. But like when you start to think about it too much, you're like, none of this really makes sense.
Well,
And
the storyline that unfolds that you find out that the assistant principal was like, what is it? Like he hates Scott's dad because he was in love with Scott's mom and he holds a grudge against the Wolves.
yes, and Scott's dad turned into a wolf in anger and scared the vice principal so much that he peed his pants.
That he vowed revenge.
Yes,
Yeah.
But all it felt to me was another diabolical principle. It was very Strickland-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate you
Teen Wolf has
because
ever
of your
amounted
father.
to anything in
Yeah,
Bill Ballard.
yeah. Exactly. Just a couple more production things here. They shot Teen Wolf over the course of 21 days. The whole movie, 21 days. And that was at a time Michael J. Fox was able to do Teen Wolf because his co-star on Family Ties, Meredith Baxter Birney, was on maternity leave. I believe she was having her baby or something. Anyway, she was, Family Ties was on a break. So he was able to go and do Teen Wolf. And unbeknownst to Michael at that time, he was the first choice for Back to the Future. But I'm blanking on his name, the creator of Family Ties.
Gary Goldberg.
Gary Goldberg. He turned it down right away because the schedule was too crazy, and nobody told Michael that he was up for this new Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg.
They didn't want to disappoint him too because he couldn't do it. They had first position. Family Ties and the network had first position.
So at this point, Back to the Future is I guess shooting already because they shot for 6 weeks with Eric Stoltz, but they're also doing production stuff because there's a very famous story where Zemeckis and Spielberg are location scouting on this street in Pasadena called Bushnell Avenue, where they're shooting Teen Wolf at the same time. So the exterior of Scott's house. So there's the scene where Scott comes out and Boof. We didn't even talk about Boof. We got to talk about Boof. Boof is sitting and waiting for Michael, and then they leave and they walk down the street. That is
the guy,
exact same
the Raking
street.
Leaves house. That's total. Do you want me to pull that stuff up?
Sure. Well, let me just say, this house that Scott walks out of is Lorraine's house from Back to the Future. That is the house that Lorraine is up in her bedroom in her bra, and George McFly is looking at her on the tree. That's Scott Howard's house from Teen Wolf. And then they walk down the street, and there is George McFly's house. I did send I put up a couple of
I noticed that
pictures.
just watching it too, because I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, wait a second, I know this house. Wait a second, I know that house. The raking leaves yard is George's
Yes.
house, right? Yeah."
Yes, it's George McFly's house. Dad, Daddy-O.
Dad, George, you
Do I
with the
really
bike?
have to swear? Um,
Yes. God
that's a
damn
really
it, swear.
right. That's a cool street. We've had the chance to visit that area, and it's if you're a locations fan between all of that and Halloween and everything else, it's a
Yeah.
cool part of California
And
to go to.
I got to visit it last year for the first time. The Pee Wee's Big Adventure House is kind of in
Oh,
that
yeah.
area too. But I didn't even realize that one of the houses I took a picture of is from Back to the Future 2, and it's the house that Biff throws the kid's ball up and it
Oh,
gets.
yeah.
That's the house from Old School. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Same house from Back to the Future 2 in Old School?
Yes,
Yeah.
Luke Wilson's house in Old School is the house that Biff throws the ball on,
Yep.
and it's on that same street.
Wow, The Godfather. Cool. Yeah, that stuff's really cool and really interesting. But like when you're watching Teen Wolf, like there's pieces of it that literally feel like you're watching Back to the Future. Like I mean, it's just very evident.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Oh Jesus, that's terrible. That doesn't work. I'll figure this out. It's terrible. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, regardless, just in case anybody is wondering, it's Bushnell Avenue in Pasadena. It's this stretch of homes that the trees, like when you're there, you're like, oh my God, this is Back to the Future. It's unbelievable. That
Yeah,
area.
very cool.
And
then
everything
there
but
is-
Doc's house on Back to the Future is on that street, right?
Yeah, I guess pretty much because there's also no. I guess it's the same. thing. Like,
Biff's grandmother's house is on that street.
Yes.
Lorraine and George's house.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Yeah,
out
and
of
then
houses.
obviously you see the reverse shot of the tree where George's bike is leaned up, and then where Lorraine's dad hits Marty with the car. You see that house in the background. That's still there. And then there is a sequence with the Wolfmobile that they're driving down that road. So Jay, do you not have that clip in the actual system then? The Michael J. Fox clip I sent?
No, it's not sharing as it seems like it normally should.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll post the clip because one of the cool things that we got to be a part of is the Michael J. Fox documentary on Apple TV. Have you seen that, Craig?
God, when was that?
It was like maybe 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably watched it. Doesn't seem like something I wouldn't have watched.
Yeah,
but,
it's called
yeah.
Still a Michael J. Fox movie, and it's his documentary. It's his life. It's him telling. We got to be a part of it, BC DeLorean, because they needed a time machine, and so that they rented our time machine for their Back to the Future sequence. They needed some props, and I have a whole collection of props.
Right. Okay, I remember when you. Right.
Yeah. So then I got to play a props guy. But one of the cool things is the day that we showed up on set, ours was a night shoot with the time machine and all the Back to the Future stuff. But during the day, they were shooting their Teen Wolf segment.
Okay.
And so they had the actor in like Teen Wolf makeup, the big hair piece and like the beard.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can play. I don't know how the sound's gonna come through.
Me neither. We'll see. Not at all, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll
With several layers of form-fitted rubber foam studded with yak hair affixed to my face. That's really like, who wrote this stuff? I'm an asshole. It was a low-budget B movie. But down the street, we're professionals. What are those guys doing? They're with the new Zemeckis and Spielberg movie. Who's in it? Crispin Glover. Ouch. Stung a little bit that Crazy Crispin was going to do a Spielberg movie. Well, rolled away in some B-grade high school werewolf movie.
So yeah, that's it. That's their teen. The whole documentary. That's their Teen Wolf segment. But we got to be on set that day and watch them do a few takes of him, the actor Danny, getting out of the chair and then climbing the ladder.
Sure.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
That's how I ended up with this Teen Wolf script. I have these are the license plates from the Wolfmobile.
Oh, wow.
which is something that we have and are planning on building. We found the exact same international metro van that they use for the Wolfmobile. We just have to paint it green, and then we want to put like a mannequin on top of it, always doing like a handstand, dressed as a wolf. But I got the license plates from the documentary. But it's an amazing documentary. If people haven't seen it, it's on Apple TV. It's called Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. It's astounding what they did editing wise in that documentary. And if you do watch it, you'll see a really cool looking props guy handing Michael J. Fox a video camera. That's this guy right here. I got to play the props guy on Back to the Future in the documentary.
It's interesting because like, when I think of Michael J. Fox's most iconic roles, like obviously Back to the Future is number one, but I feel like Teen Wolf's got to be top 3 or 4, right? Or am I wolf coded? Am I seeing things differently?
I agree with you. I agree with you in terms of like if you're like listing Michael J. Fox, it's Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, and then I don't know what do I think of next? Mars Attacks,
Secret of My Success, and.
Because like he has lots of other movies, but
what's the one that's Cars is based after it, where he goes to he's driving the Porsche and he knocks down the fence, and then he has to be the doctor in the town. Doc Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood.
That's a good one. Life with Mikey, where he's the kid talent agent.
That's
I
Disney
forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Is that good? Is that worth a revisit?
I mean, it's one of those ones that was always on, and I watched it as a kid. I revisited it as an adult. Not great. So.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one I've never seen. I have never
seen.
But
then was it the TV show?
Like the Big Fox show?
Spin City after.
Spin City. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That
was huge.
Yeah. You're right. To be honest, it probably is Back to the Future. Then maybe Family Ties and Teen Wolf are interchangeable for people, and then maybe Spin City.
And if you were making a list of films, you would take 3 slots with the Back to the Futures.
Right.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
As far as the most notable.
Yeah, you're just gonna list all 3.
By the way, this finally connected. I don't know what took so long, but if you need anything else on it, we should be good to go.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Apologies.
Chubbs?
My apologies.
Do you want to talk about Chubbs? Can we talk about Chubbs yet?
Yeah.
I just met him.
Let's talk about Mark Holton.
Yeah, we've had him on Yes Have Some.
Yes.
We interviewed him. It's got to be a
few years ago now, probably. Yeah.
It's been years. I mean, he's one of those guys where he's in he pops up in a lot of movies. He's in Pee-wee, he's in Teen Wolf, he's in Leprechaun, Naked Gun. He's just like one of those guys.
It's Enrico Palazzo.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
One of my favorite things is in the first Naked Gun, they credit those people not by name but by line. So even on IMDb to this day, Mark Holton in Naked Gun is credited as, "Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo."
Yeah, that's funny.
That's awesome.
But he's got a line in Teen Wolf that I used to quote all like in my formative years, where I would just turn to people at school and go, "Quit snooping in my locker," or whatever, like whatever the line is.
Yeah.
But he's great.
Yeah. He's fantastic. Like for me, he's Francis Buxton. Like that is Mark Holton to me. When I think of him, he's Francis. He's one of the only other two actors to appear in Teen Wolf 2.
Oh, interesting.
It's the only returning actors are Mark Holton and James Hampton, who plays Scott's dad.
Oh.
They're the only two reoccurring.
But is Scott? So Scott's the same. It's not another wolf. They just recast the same wolf. So he's
Scott's cousin.
Yeah,
Todd. Dukes of Hazzard style. I see.
Yeah, Todd Howard.
Okay.
And then
you know what's funny though about Mark Holton? Just real quick, he's got a good amount of dialogue, like the first 30 minutes of the movie, and then he doesn't say a word.
Yeah,
he doesn't even have a grunt.
Yeah,
through everything else.
Yeah,
the whole movie's pretty uneven.
Not until they start winning, he has that one line where Michael J. Fox is like, "Come on, let's go out for a Sunday." And as he's walking away, like behind the lockers, you don't even see him. He says, "I'm supposed to be on a diet." Like,
right, definitely like an ADR, like they threw that in.
Yeah,
that's really funny.
But he's great. Like he does exactly what he's supposed to be doing as an actor in this movie. He's a large man playing a character named Chubby, right? Yeah. Like he's supposed to be the fat doofus, right? And it's like that was like a cliche of this era. But you know,
but at the party, he's really cool looking. He's got on a
and his sunglasses.
And the sunglasses, and I'm like, oh, he's high as a kite. He's having a great time.
Totally, yeah. Okay, that actually, let's have a discussion about the party. I know we're not going in order here, but one of the most fascinating things is the party is so crazy that it's like it gets like washed from my brain every single time I see it, because when it gets to that scene and it cuts to those two half-naked people covered in whipped cream on the living room floor, bound to each other, performing what I imagine is like an escape artist trick.
I must have looked down during this part. I must have missed it.
It's a David Blaine level Houdini escape.
It is like, what is this party game that they're playing? And every time I'm just as shocked that
that's why when they talk about, the youth of today, I'm like, look, they're fine. Watch this scene from Teen Wolf. This is what happened back then.
This is what they were doing in Nebraska in '85.
There's no whipped cream going on. They're on TikTok. It's fine. It's a crazy party.
Yeah. I can't believe you missed it, Jay, because it's literally.
I mean, I remember the party scene. I must have. I don't know. For some reason, I don't remember that currently.
It is a man and a woman covered in whipped cream, back to back, with their like hands tied together.
Yeah, no, I mean, I pictured it when you guys were describing it. Somehow, it seems like the basement. It sounds like when they're doing it back to old school with the girls and the Oldie Olsen and it sounds like, it's just one of those parties where everything's gone to hell.
Yeah, but that makes sense to me. It's like, okay, whipped cream in a pool, and they're wrestling. This is like they're performing a magic trick in the middle of this party.
Yeah, maybe it was the Magic Club.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, the Beacon High Magic Club.
Yeah, maybe it was.
They're training for national magic tryouts. And then after that, speaking of Mark Holton, his game is they dump a whole bowl of Jell-O down a woman's shirt, and he has to get it out.
And she's super into it. Hey, I just want to say something about this movie, and Boof as well. These are women with intentions. They are ready to. I'm trying to be as politically correct as possible. How Scott does not realize that Boof just wants to get down. That's all she cares about, and he's just like, God, Boof, what? Like, how do you, dude? She's at your house just playing one-on-one with your wolf dad,
know.
Who looks like he's never played basketball before, because who shoots a basket and then goes like that? Like, it's a weird thing to do. That's what the dad does. Anyways, the Jell-O thing is unbelievably well.
One of the things in the script, the chubby Jell-O is actually just supposed to be they have to take the jello out of the bowl with their mouths. That's what's written in the script. So somebody had a
Boring.
bright idea on set. Why don't we just dump the jello down her shirt, man?
This is a weird.
And then
This is a weird production.
It's
Everything
weird.
about it.
And then to follow that up, it's or no, not I was gonna say 7 minutes in heaven, but it's not 7 minutes in heaven. It's 2 minutes. Styles gives Boof and Scott 2 minutes in the closet.
What are you gonna do in 2 minutes?
Well,
It's
Sorry.
yeah.
again, a wild party.
So one of the okay. So I have these Shout Factory releases of Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2. They look
finger?
really great. These Blu-rays look incredible. Oh, on the Teen Wolf is a documentary about the making of Teen Wolf, and I was like, well, you know, there'll be some stuff that I'll learn. I'll pop it on. The documentary is 2.5 hours long.
The movie's like 126 minutes,
Exactly,
or an hour 26 rather.
Yeah, I could not believe it. I put it on thinking it was going to be like maybe a 40-minute recap of the production of Teen Wolf. And I was like, how long is this freaking thing? Well, I watched all 2.5 hours of it, and I did learn some stuff.
Is
It's
it one of
like
those
these
things like
podcasts.
the first half hour is like the history of wolves in America? And
Sponsored by
God,
National
no,
Geographic.
it would have been 4 hours if it was that. But one of the things I did learn is that the party game ideas came directly from the director Rod Daniel, because he went and did research of Nebraska house parties. He said that he went to high school Nebraska house parties, and he's like, this is what the kids are doing.
yeah,
And I couldn't believe it. I'm like,
imagine that now. Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Why are the Duffer brothers at your
Yeah.
in your backyard? Oh, they're doing some research to see what.
Yeah, if there's any truth to that, then he told the guy to take his. Well, we're spoiling, but he created the final scene too. Then.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the final scene as well.
What you described about that documentary sounds like these podcasts, though, because some of our longest podcasts are when we're shitting on a 90-minute movie.
Yeah, I know we're all over the place. Production stuff, makeup took 3 to 4 hours every single day. 12-hour shoot. So 5 to 8 a.m. was makeup, 8 to 8 p.m. was shoot, and then an hour to remove the makeup. The makeup was created by a guy named Jeff Dawn, and I really like special effects. I like makeup, and so I just was like looking to see. And he was in the documentary, so that's how I knew his name. I was looking him up. This guy went on to work on Terminator 1, 2, 3, but then subsequently must be like Arnold Schwarzenegger's personal makeup guy, because he worked on every single Schwarzenegger movie, Jingle All the Way, Kindergarten Cop, Total Recall, Eraser, like everything through his career is the Teen Wolf makeup artist.
Interesting. The makeup's, I mean, it's pretty effective. It's not, but the thing is, it's definitely not scary at all. But
No.
I don't think they were trying to make it scary. But I mean, and when his dad's version he looks like an Ewok. Like,
It's so
not-
cute.
Yeah.
He's so adorable when he's so fluffy when he opens the door, and
Do you agree that if your son might become a wolf, it's the wrong move to not inform him at all?
100%. It doesn't make any sense that he withheld the information for Scott up until this point.
And like, there's this weird. I was watching it with Abby, and I'm like, okay, this whole movie is like one big metaphor for like puberty,
Yeah.
which is weird though, because it's like, it's just like I don't know. There's better werewolf movies, and like it just seems like a weird take to be like, we're going to talk about the changes that teenagers go through in life, and what popularity is, and how even when you get it, you could lose the fit. Like,
I couldn't figure out what the symbolism was, whether it was he was puberty, or if it was gay or black, or what the heck exactly it was, because it seemed like he was conquering different things throughout. I couldn't figure out what parallel they were trying to tell.
So you know the scene in the garage where Styles uses the bad F word?
Yeah, he drops the slur,
and it's always like it's just so far removed from like the lexicon of now that like it's always like jarring.
Yeah.
But that scene though, where he shows acceptance to him, even though he's different, whether it's like a metaphor for, you know, being gay or for just like male friendship or just friendship in general, like it's kind of one of the more effective scenes in the movie. It kind of works. Even though it's like he's just using his wolf abilities to find the guy's stash. Like, it's kind of funny, but yeah.
I do think I wrote down like only in the 80s is it more acceptable for your friend to be a werewolf than to be gay.
Well, and there's famously in Back to the Future that line was cut. And it feels like that is like that period of time where things started kind of like being slightly more progressive. So
it always shocks me when I watch Bill and Ted, because there's there's an F slur in Bill and Ted as well. Right. It's like, yeah, I mean, you're right. Like we are so far away from that it is shocking when you're like, oh my God, yes, that was just a common word that people threw around.
But I've been watching a lot of old movies lately. It comes up.
But it is funny that he does accept him as a wolf, but then immediately like starts selling merch and like extorting his friend and his image.
Paints the van,
Yes.
Buys the van, paints the van.
Buys the van. Well, and really, if you think about the time period this movie takes place in and what was happening with Reagan's economy, this is a capitalism movie through and through.
You're right.
Capitalism in puberty.
Yeah, we've got puberty, acceptance, capitalism.
Don't do drugs.
And don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. And the wolf was always inside you along.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
So there's a lot going on here in this 90 minutes.
This was earlier, but one of the guys says, "Forget it, dork," and the way Michael J. Fox turns around, it just felt very like, "What's the matter, McFly? You chicken?" It felt like he was doing
of that.
I felt the same way in the scene where he turns and then his dad opens the door as the wolf. His line reading of like you were a wolf. Yes, I was like, that is exactly you built a time machine out of a DeLorean.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the exact same read. I'm starting to think this Michael J. Fox guy isn't as talented as we think he is.
Wow, what a one-trick pony. Yeah, exactly. I think my fate, and I know we're jumping around, but my when is the scene when the bully, what's his name, Mick,
yeah, when
he's like, I killed your mom for
that's at the bowling
heads
alley.
Off chickens.
Yeah,
at the bowling alley. Like, wait, are you okay? Are you pretend? Like, I asked Abby, we paused, and I was like, so are they saying that he actually did this to this guy's wolf mom, or is he just being like, oh yeah, you're a wolf? Well, I'm gonna actually talk some shit about like wolves in general.
Yeah,
you're gonna take offense to it because of your bloodline.
It's a jarring moment because it's quite visceral and quite graphic. In the documentary, Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman, the writers, they say that that's the only thing in the movie that they don't like. I mean, it's the one thing that they think is like it doesn't like fit within the movie, because it is quite graphic to say like I shot your mom with a shot.
Well, you know what would have been funny if
blew her head off. That's what he says.
Right. He's kind of like, you know, like a not smart jock. It would have been funny if he was like reading a little book, like Wolf Facts.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
If
Denny says it.
Yeah, he's reading a book on the occult.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, actually. One of the other interesting things about this in this Teen Wolf script is the very first page of it has a little write-up here, and it says, due to our strong personal convictions, we wish to stress that this film is in no way endorses a belief in the occult, nor do we propose that any beings, supernatural or otherwise, actually exist. And if that sounds familiar to anybody, that is verbatim the graphic at the start of the Thriller music video. So
there it
as
is.
as an in
Vincent
joke,
Price.
yes. Well, he doesn't say that, but at the beginning of the Thriller music video,
That's like
they put they put the text on the screen, basically Michael Jackson saying, I don't support a cult. And then the next page after that says, most of what follows is true.
but none of that's in the movie. So
But none of that's in the movie. There was a couple other differences. One of the things that I noticed was when Scott is first in the hardware store and that kid's blowing the dog whistle.
Oh yeah.
His dad, you never see his dad react to it. And yes, we don't, as the audience at that point, we don't know that Scott's dad is also a werewolf.
Right.
In the script, they actually explain that. And when Scott learns that his dad's a werewolf, they talk about it, and his dad says, "Yeah, I could hear that dog whistle. I just choose to ignore it at this point."
So they at least address it.
Yes,
Kind of
but then he
nature.
also says, "I thought that maybe you heard it." So yet another opportunity for Scott's dad to maybe tell him about the family lineage of turning into werewolves before it actually happens.
Well, listen, the guy owns a hardware store. You tell me Michael J. Fox he has to go to school for 6 hours, then play a basketball game, and then go to work, and it's still daylight out. Like this is there's a lot of crazy things happening here.
Well, and
They have like 5 employees at this hardware store.
He also
Yeah.
can switch in and out of wolf way too rapidly. You know,
Oh,
there's no
yeah.
progression. There's none of that, werewolf movie stuff. It's just kind of like, oh, he's a wolf, he's not a wolf. He's a wolf, he's not a wolf.
he's a professional.
Even Daryl Hannah in Splash, there was like a procedure to dry her off. You know what I mean?
I do kind of want to see the transformation that fast, like the hair just like come out of his face and then go back in.
Yeah.
What I was taken with was for what a low budget, crappy movie it is overall. When you look at the pieces, like the makeup really isn't that bad. I know we said it a second ago, but like I feel like that makeup guy who sounds like just Arnold Schwarzenegger's friend did not such a bad job.
Yeah, I think the only time it sort of shows its makeupness is the transformation scene with the bladders. That and
I forgot there was
part
a
of it is like I
transformation
am watching it on Blu-ray, and you can see like some of the edges of the makeup,
Yep.
but for the most part, like the actual wolf suit, the hairpiece, and all the sort of daily prosthetics, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like interesting stuff throughout the movie, but like kind of like I mentioned earlier, like the whole point of the movie is that he becomes really good at basketball, and the songs that they choose, the one song that they play in the main montage is a great. It sounds like it literally sounds like Randy Newman. Is it Randy Newman? Song?
Totally in the
No.
beginning, it did sound like Randy Newman.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And the lyrics,
But-
it's one of those great montage things where I feel I'm probably wrong, but I feel like the lyrics are like explaining what's happening on the screen. It's like
Yeah,
the wolf is getting good at basketball, and it's just like,
Yeah.
he's getting good at basketball.
yeah,
But he
I-
still doesn't know about Boof's love for him. You know, he doesn't like. Yeah.
Well, even the song that I've been using in like the social media posts and stuff is like they use the word wolf in it, so it's clearly it must be some sort of original song for
Right.
the soundtrack.
Or something from the
love
free
that.
library.
Yeah, although they did get Surfing USA. I mean, they would have had to pony up for Surfing
Oh,
USA.
yeah.
I feel like
They-
that was the big
they the Beach
splurge.
Boys.
They used it in such a way. I feel like that was the big splurge.
In the script, it describes a surfing safari, surfing USA type of song, and then it notes like possibly an original piece.
Right.
So clearly
Some
they were like,
Muzak
well,
version.
let's try to get it anyway, and they did.
What I remember was, because I didn't see the movie as much when I was a kid, but I do remember the commercials, and that was in the trailer nonstop. The song, him on the top of the thing, and it was just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what Teen Wolf's about.
God, what an band surfing is an an insane thing to put in a movie for children to see.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's
Without like a
absolutely
jackass
nuts.
disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly. It's unbelievable to think that like that was something that they could get away with, like showing them having fun doing this extremely dangerous activity.
Yeah,
There's
and then they
two
double
things.
down when they get the bigger truck. He's higher, and it's
Right. My two favorite moments happen during the montage. The first one is when he first comes to school, before they go to the pizza parlor. When he's first like he's the wolf now. He's got the Letterman jacket. He's the talk of the town. He does like this weird. There it is. He does this weird turnaround, like behind the back high five with a guy, which is like this is the epitome of cool. If you are the big man on campus, you're doing backwards high fives. It's just the way it is. And then the even funnier part is the like breakdancing scene
I,
where the dude walks up with like the boombox or whatever.
yeah,
They start just
he
like
does the spin.
yeah, he does a spin move. I mean, it is
Yep.
just really good stuff.
And he does that thing that I love in movies when like a cool, confident kid in school like goes up to like the establishing power, in this case the vice principal, and like
Yeah.
adjusts his suit and he's like, you look good in that. Pays him a compliment, like so
Yeah.
confident, so full of himself.
I mean, that is a hallmark of these types of movies. Yeah, I love that.
It
the
is
too
it
big
is
for your britches
miraculous.
moment.
What's that, Jay?
The too big for your britches moment,
Yeah.
where you kind of
And
overcompensate to this new power.
he becomes cool fast. Like it's I mean, I guess it's probably because they're winning games too, right? It's kind of part and parcel. He's a wolf now, so he's got this animal magnetism that Pamela refers to, because she starts noticing him before he turns into a wolf.
Right.
He's had the ears go, he's had the teeth, I think maybe, but he hasn't turned full wolf yet. And she's the one who first kind of like notices that he something's different about him. But when he turns full wolf, I mean, he's the coolest kid on campus.
Yeah,
Unless you're Lewis.
Yes.
There's overcoming a fear thing there too, because he was afraid
Yeah.
to show everybody this, but then they see, oh, this is the real him, and then he's out now, and then there's like the weird freedom attached to that too. That's why
I'm
I said
glad
I
you
couldn't
brought
figure
that.
out what they were saying. Is it gay? Is he just different? What is it?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Lewis, Craig, because I don't think I've ever noticed really like how like Lewis just like shuts down, and it's
Lewis has PTSD. He is triggered by the wolf, and I don't know if I've seen the movie 100 times, but it wasn't until this viewing where there's only like the one line where Styles is like, "Hey man, Lewis is scared of you," and then they show him at the dance, and like he's freaked out.
yeah.
He's literally freaked out.
Is Lewis the little brother,
No, well, Lewis
or
is like
a shorter friend?
third.
The other
He's like a
short
shorter
friend.
friend. Yeah.
is he also the brother from Flight of the Navigator?
I didn't see that, but maybe.
I'll tell you
You
right
didn't
now.
see that? Oh my gosh, we got to make a list for you, man.
Yes, the answer
No,
is
no, no,
yes.
no, no. I've seen Flight of the I didn't see Lewis
Oh, okay, got it.
in Flight of the like when I was going through credits, because like
I meant to
I
look
wrote
it up
down-
and I didn't do it.
I wrote down some actors, but there's like so many people in this movie that I couldn't go through everybody.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like it is one of those things where now that I've noticed it, I'm like, what happened to Lewis? And I don't even think the filmmakers really know.
No, they don't go
Maybe
into
the
it.
actor has his own sort of interpretation of why he played it that way.
Maybe he doesn't
But
like
he
dogs.
yeah, he's not a dog guy.
afraid of dogs.
He's more of yeah, he's a cat. He's a
Cat
he's a
person.
cat dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird. He just sort of disappears. But I think he has fun at the dance. If I remember, like he's scared of Scott when Scott goes when he gets angry, right? When he like,
Right,
slashes
right.
at Mick, That's when Lewis is mad. But I do remember Lewis like dancing and having fun at the dance with Scott partying.
Everyone's having. Although Booth is like, we're gonna go to the dance, but it's got to be you, and he's like, okay. And then he shows up. He's like, I'm the wolf again. Like,
and then he has the whole dance. Gets everybody to do the wolf dance. I mean, that's charisma, baby.
Very, very. It's like Marsha Brady. Just gets everybody going at the dance. Can we talk about Pamela for a second? Because I feel like there's a little bit.
We should talk about Pamela, and we should talk about Booth because we haven't actually talked about Booth. Let's talk about Pamela.
Pamela. Incredible rising acting talent at the school. And the scene in her dressing room it feels kind of out of place. It's just a weird thing.
Her motivations behind, I assume, like sleeping with Scott. It's so strange to me. She like, is it because he's an animal? Is it because she's trying to bond with her co-star? Is it because she's trying to make Mick jealous? Because like, yes, she has that moment in the dressing room with him, but I almost think even weirder is then they go bowling and they're bowling together like they're on a date, and Mick is 3 lanes down with his boys bowling too, but it's not a date because she says that Mick is still her boyfriend. I don't get any of it. But that's the theater, the theater is like family.
Mm-hmm.
I think most movies would have had, like, the antagonists in this movie are Mick, but he doesn't really do anything, like, besides play more basketball. But, like, there's not a scene where they go, like, try to kidnap Scott's dad or slash his tires or do anything. Like, he's just...
Or do anything with like silver bullets or silver.
Yeah,
and, like,
there's no wolf stuff.
Yeah, there's no... Exactly. Back to you. He should be reading the wolf book, and he should be learning on how to, like, put some silver bracelets on Scott or something.
Right.
Yep.
In fact, much like the Karate Kid theories over the year, can you make a case that, like, hey, Mick's just, like, he's really talented. He's good at basketball, and his girlfriend cheats on him with this wolf, and he has every right to be upset.
Yeah, and the wolf was crappy. The guy was crappy at basketball. Only the wolf's good. Yeah, I agree with you here.
Yeah.
He's cheating.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm Team Mick now.
Yeah, you've gone over.
I've switched. Yeah, I've switched.
Yeah, we need the prequel series.
Exactly. No, the Legacy sequel series where
about Mick and the dragons.
It's just like Cobra Kai. Like,
oh my god,
he's coaching the dragons. The Teen Wolf has a car dealership over at Wolf Chevrolet. It's the same show. Just do it. He's like, Teen Wolf anymore, middle-aged wolf.
Oh my god! If MTV hadn't killed the Teen Wolf revival, we'd be golden. We could write that today and get it produced.
Oh yeah,
I can't believe that show got produced.
For like 6 years or something, and there's like a movie, like a TV movie.
Wow.
Yeah, don't get me started on that movie because how that comes up on Wikipedia before the real Teen Wolf drives me crazy.
So we'll get to it when we finish and we're talking about like the legacy and the release of the film. But the amount of searching I had to do to find reviews and release information and opinions from the time of 1985 when the film came out, it's impossible because there is so much discourse about this MTV Teen Wolf series, and you have to wade through so much trash in order to find anything about the 1985 Teen Wolf.
Because it's buried on the internet, you're saying.
It's buried on the internet.
Did you, and I don't want to spoil it, but did you find Roger Ebert's review?
Not of Teen Wolf. I couldn't find it.
According to internet, and I always trust internet, Roger Ebert gave the original Teen Wolf a positive review, calling it a very good movie, lighthearted, funny, and surprisingly sentimental. 4 stars,
Whoa.
which is the highest amount of stars that Ebert awarded to films.
Well, all I could find was Siskel saying, "I never saw it."
One thumb up and one thumb that doesn't exist. There
Yeah. Let's talk about Boof a little bit because we've been chatting about her. So Boof is played by Susan Ursiti, and
She was lovely.
Her actual character name is Lisa Marconi. She's Lisa Boof Marconi.
So she probably got the nickname Boof for something as a child, and it just stuck with her.
Yes, and
What does Boof mean?
So I'll tell you the history of Boof. Boof comes from Jeff Loeb, the writer. He tells a story in the world's longest Teen Wolf documentary about how he was in high school, and he saw a girl that he was interested in walking across the sidewalk, and he said to her, "Would you like to go have something to eat?" And she turned and said, "Boof?" And he said, "What? What do you mean?" And she said, "You just called me Boof." And he ended up going on a date and dating this young woman in high school, and that was just her nickname because of this miscommunication.
Weird.
They called each other Boof as their like pet names. So when he wrote this script, he put the name Boof in, and I get it as like it establishes their long-term friendship because they tell that story about how when they were 5 and 6 years old, they Scott wanted to run away, and they just kind of circled the block a couple times, and their parents never found out. So they've been long-term friends. One of the things I thought was interesting, and I actually timed it, because at the very beginning, when after the basketball game, after Scott has talked to the coach, is when we really meet Boof for the first time, and they're walking out the front doors, walking down. They see Gina and Tina. Styles pulls up, and then they walk to the hardware store.
Just walking out with her, didn't that feel like him and Jennifer Parker? Walking out of the school, it's one of the conversations. I don't. What if I amount to nothing, Jennifer?
So one of the things that I thought was weird, and I clocked it, was the amount of times they say Boof. And I think it's partially because it is such a weird name to be hearing it, but I was like, are they saying it this many times so that we, the audience, get used to it, and we know that this character's name is Boof? But I timed it. They say Boof 6 times in 30 seconds.
It's a lot.
Boof. Come on, Boof.
Actually, we should coin it like if a film script uses the same word too many times, it's called a boof.
Yeah, they're boofing.
They're boofing right now.
Yeah.
We just made that up. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like her a lot. She's really charming. She's really cute.
She's wonderful.
Very likable.
Cuter than Pamela.
Big time.
In my opinion, and I'm a big Boof fan.
Yep.
I feel like but why is she pining for this guy so bad? He's no good at basketball. He's kind of a weirdo. Move on.
But he is charming, even in like I know he's Michael J. Fox, the actor, but if Scott Howard acted or talked the way that he actually does in the movie, how could you not be attracted to that?
Wow, Brandon.
Right. There you go.
Hey, okay. I love Michael J. Fox. I don't know. I just I'm not going to explain myself. I'm not going to deny it.
You shouldn't.
But listen, man, just don't ask Michael J. Fox out. I don't think you can handle that type of rejection.
That's right.
There's so many line deliveries in this movie that are so similar to Marty McFly, but also watch Family Ties. That was his special power. He had a special way of being Michael J. Fox, and it's awesome.
I will say,
confidence.
Watching this one through, you could see Oh, it's hard to describe. I feel like, you mentioned how Michael J. Fox was available to do Teen Wolf, and he really wasn't available to do Back to the Future, even though they squeezed it in by shooting nights and other things in second position. I feel like that performance we get out of Back to the Future is so good, probably because of the amount of pressure put on Michael J. Fox. I mean, it might have given him Parkinson's, for God's sake, but like the amount of pressure that was put on him just made this like incredible performance. And this movie to me felt like the warm up to it.
Yeah.
Like there were so many similarities, but nothing was as good.
And honestly, like he's early in his professional career, but he had been acting on CBC, which is Canadian Broadcasting Channel up here, CBC shows since he was like 16 years old.
Right.
Right. And by the time he's doing Teen Wolf, I believe he's what, like 23 or 22 or something like that.
That old?
So
I'll look it up.
yeah. Everybody in this movie is old. Mark Holton was 27.
Yeah, but I thought he was
wow.
that. Oh, you're right, because it was the same year. So it was. Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right.
Yeah. Styles is around 24, 26, something like that. I mean, that's not weird or anything. How many high school movies
that's
are
what it always
populated
is,
with early 20s, sometimes even early 30s actors?
I mean, by the time he does Back to the Future 2 and 3, he's 30 years old.
Yeah,
I know,
no, you guys
he
are
has
right
his
about
first
that.
child.
He was born in '61, so he would have been like 23 in '84.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, 18-year-old Marty McFly at 31 years old or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. So he was legitimately almost 30 when they did part 2 anyway, and then oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Well, and the part of the reason why he had such an early start to his career is because he was so short and so baby-faced and young-looking that the first job that he got when he was 16, they were actually looking to cast a 12-year-old. But
It's so
they
wild.
yeah, so he was able to play 12 at 16, and obviously, production is going to want to choose maybe somebody who's has a few more years of maturity to play
Sure.
12 years old. So his career is being able to play much younger.
Well, what was it? The OC, Adam Brody, was 26. He was supposed to be a sophomore in high school. They've been doing this forever.
Well, and then
I was there for that one too.
How long was that
Those
show
kids
on the
were
air
older. I
for,
think
right?
25. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, when you like think about it too much and you watch a movie and you're like, yeah, they all look like they're 30.
Right. But it blows my mind, like when you think about Ghostbusters, that Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray were in their early 30s when they did the first Ghostbusters. And it's like, how am I 12 years older than Peter Venkman? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well,
He's my hero.
And someone like Bill Murray, he's not playing a high school student even in his 20s, right?
No.
That some people's faces just look older and younger than they actually are.
Yeah.
Jason asks, would you consider Pedro Pascal as to 80s Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, maybe in like terms of popularity and like fandom.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a Pedro overexposure backlash now. I think Michael J. Fox has been beloved forever. Like, I've never heard, like, everybody likes Back to the Future. Everybody likes Michael J. Fox. By the way, I like Pedro Pascal.
But in Michael's later career, people weren't as enticed by his charisma when he was making movies that weren't as good as Back to the Future.
Sure, that's true too.
Right? He still is in interviews and talk shows. He still is Michael J. Fox. Like he's so cool. Like he's awesome. But people weren't as excited about a lot of his movies later in his career.
Yeah, Casualties of War.
Yeah,
that's a heavy one.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, I love him in Mars Attacks. I know it's like a super small role, but I've always loved him in Mars Attacks.
I can't remember who he plays in that. Is he like
he
a publicist, like Spin City?
He's the news reporter, and he's engaged to Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh,
But spoiler alert, he dies. He dies very quickly.
okay.
Hey, you know what he's great in is American President, where he's like the chief of staff or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally agree.
Um,
And
I've been
Curb
rewatching.
Your
I mean,
Enthusiasm.
it's
He's
great.
incredible in his episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, and he's going to be on season 3 of Shrinking on
Shrinking,
Apple,
yes.
which is that's an
I
incredible
cannot
show.
wait. I
So
love that show so much. Speaking of, I think we've hit like a lot of this plot. Um, oh, here's an interesting thing. So after the first basketball game, Michael Scott goes and talks to Coach Finstock. And we have that great scene we talked about where he's, eating the chicken and kind of dismissing him. That scene is actually supposed to be much later in the movie. La- Later in the film, Michael is, oh God, now I'm doing it too much. Scott is kind of falling asleep in class, and there's that whole thing where it's like
right,
talking
right.
about wolves in class, and then the teacher asks him to come up and write on the blackboard, and then he leaves, and he does that great stunt sequence where he slips in all of the water in the hallway.
Those are some wet floors. My God.
The amount of water that splashes up as he gets further away, it's like that school's flooded. That's not
The
that's
school
not
exactly.
It's like he's at a
exactly.
water park. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a mop in a bucket.
So that whole sequence, then he has the claws on his fingers. Thorne catches him and questions him about the vandalism. That sequence, he's wearing a green button-up shirt. That's the shirt he's wearing in the coach's office. And then after that sequence, it cuts to when we first meet Boof, and Scott and Boof are walking out of the school. He's wearing a blue shirt. So
Okay.
the continuity doesn't work. But so that whole sequence where he talks to the coach was actually supposed to be either right before or right after that whole sequence of him slipping in the hallways and getting questioned in the bathroom.
Right. They probably were just like, this is too much too soon. They gotta. He can't.
But it's the
he's got to
opposite.
go
They
through
pulled
the
it forward.
changes gradually.
Yeah,
Didn't they pull it forward?
They pulled it forward, but I think part of it is like it's actually like one of the best scenes. Like it's like it keeps the energy.
Oh, right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He was gonna go and talk about his body changing later in the film, but you can directly track it just based on the fact that he's wearing the exact same green shirt in that sequence.
Did anyone else notice that when he says, give me a keg of beer, it's basically there is no Dana, only Zool?
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah. Well, and did you guys
and the
notice,
eyes, and the whole freaking terror
Yeah.
dog eyes and everything?
I posted the trailer on our Instagram. Did you happen to actually watch that trailer by any chance? Because the voice is different in the trailer.
Okay.
I don't know if I noticed that.
Yeah, it's a completely different voice. Go and watch the original teaser trailer for Teen Wolf, and it's like maybe it was an alt or it's not as growly or scary even. It's kind of goofy.
It still doesn't. It's not Michael J. Fox though.
No, it's not Michael J. Fox.
It's somebody,
a
some
different
other
voice.
voice.
Yeah, it almost sounds like robotic. It's very weird.
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah.
I would like to buy a keg of beer.
Yeah. And a game of chess.
Michael J. Fox had a basketball double. His name is Jeff Glosser. He was
You can tell.
Yeah. And that guy did 90% of all of the basketball stuff in the full Teen Wolf makeup.
All I know is that every transition from somebody going up and then dunking looks so bad. Like every one of them, they're going up for a layup with their hand like under the ball, and then it cuts to like two hands.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I like this person's. This is my favorite comment of the night. Sha la la la. The tag from Family Ties. Sha la la la.
That's one of the all-time classic TV openings.
I love after the werewolf transition, his reaction to it is, "Geez, Louise."
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I go, worst reveal ever. I'm out. That's my note at that
You're
part.
out.
Yeah. So if that party scene took place afterwards, I may not have been paying full attention.
Right, you were checked out.
Yeah, I mean, we've basically we've basically hit all of the plot points. He has his big moment at the end where Scott decides that he doesn't want to be the wolf anymore, shows up late to his championship game.
Bold move.
Bold move.
Was that because we were trying to decide wolf, no wolf, wolf, no wolf? Wasn't he struggling with the turmoil of that decision? Or no?
I mean,
remember, Boof said no wolf, and he's like, they're expecting a wolf.
No, that was for the dance.
Shit.
By the time the championship game rolls around, he's decided he doesn't want to be the wolf anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Shit, you're right.
And it's supposed to be this moment of growth where he realizes that he's good enough.
Right.
And
I don't need the wolf.
Yeah, apparently also good at basketball.
And the rest of and the other team just the champion Dragons don't score for the entire rest of the game.
Yeah.
They're so psyched out by the wolf not being there.
Well,
it's a real mindfuck.
And to
who's
think
this little
that,
Canadian white guy?
there's a terrible coach. Not a single play has ever worked for the Beavers in their previous games. They haven't been playing as a team for who knows, weeks, maybe months, as Scott is the wolf. And for them to come together at the end and all of a sudden all be good at basketball.
They're all just really good. And there was not even like a Stripes-esque training scene where they're Michael J. Fox gets in there. Yeah, and he's like, guys, we can't depend on the wolf anymore. We just got to get our act together. That whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
that's what
there's a wolf in all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Just because it's my bloodline, doesn't mean we're not. Yeah, there's no wolf in all of us. That's what we're missing. We're missing something.
Yep.
For a movie that has really great montages, they shit the bed on that one.
I mean, I guess you guys, maybe we are asking for a $7,000 or $8,000 script, and what we had was a $4,000 script.
we're asking for a lot here.
Well, and to bring it back, the budget of Teen Wolf 2 is estimated. So this one was made for $1 million. Just to remind people, the estimated budget for Teen Wolf 2 is $4 to $7 million, and it is by far a worse movie. There's obviously issues and problems with Teen Wolf, but it's just it actually is incredible to think that Teen Wolf 2 is as bad as it actually is.
Well, the theory here is that Back to the Future was so massive that people were then like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. Michael J. Fox does great movies. This one also came out. Let's go watch that. Right? And so it kind of piggybacked on the success of Back to the Future, but then you'd come and do it again.
Yeah.
The studio's like, oh great, let's get lightning to strike twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we did it without all of the other people. Yeah. I don't know how it could be good.
And that's Jason Bateman's first movie.
Yeah. Was he on the Hogan Family at that time? Probably, right? Same story.
Yeah. And Little House on the Prairie.
Wait, is he a boxer in Teen Wolf 2 and he gets really good at boxing when he becomes a wolf?
Yes.
Got that reach.
I like this notion that the core through line is that whatever sport you suck at, you will now be really good. And by the way, with
powers.
Time period wise, I'm surprised we don't have a 90s X Games Teen Wolf.
Oh my god. Teens Skater Wolf,
Skate Wolf, Tony Hawk.
Oh my god, that was so good. I love MVP, Most Vertical Primate, because that movie came out at the exact right time for me as a kid, just probably 8 to 10 years old, just obsessed with skateboarding. And so there's this movie about a chimpanzee skateboarding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, MVP.
There's so many great, MVP, Most Valuable
MXP,
Primate.
Most Extreme Primate.
Yeah.
I'm a little older, so it was
Dunstan
Air Bud
checks
for me.
in. Air Bud.
Yeah, Air Bud.
Animals playing sports.
And Air Bud started as a stupid pet trick on Letterman. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Right.
No, I didn't. But that's
Buddy the
directed
Dog.
by Charles Martin Smith from American Graffiti,
There you go.
the first Air Bud. But yeah, I
According to
would
the
have been all over.
Wikipedia, Ebert and Siskel gave Teen Wolf 2 two emphatic thumbs down.
Yes.
Ebert complaining they had picked, along with Date with an Angel, the two worst films to possibly ever be released on the same day.
The same day, and that's where I got the quote, because Ebert says, like, "Did you see Teen Wolf?" And he's like, "Nope, never saw it."
That's so
hilarious.
So Siskel went into Teen Wolf 2 to critique it without never seeing Teen Wolf 1.
I
He
didn't
must
know
have
that
been
there were
so
movies those guys
confused.
didn't see. Like growing up as a kid, I just assumed they saw everything.
Me too. And I could not find anything, because on this show, Craig, I love to talk about Siskel and Ebert's opinions on these movies, because they are the epitome. They're the perfect time capsule of the era.
Yeah.
For all of this 1985 content.
Yeah, I mean they were. I grew up. I mean, I'm from Chicago, so.
Oh, whoa! So you feel
Yeah.
a certain attachment then, the Oprah and Siskel and Ebert.
I feel attachments to Oprah, Siskel, Ebert, Michael Jordan, just
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer, his Steve.
Steve, of course.
So
I'm from Connecticut, so we ended up
Bodyguard?
stealing Jerry and Steve.
Okay, so
Those last few
Connecticut.
years.
What is Connecticut? Vince McMahon.
We did,
Did
yeah.
wrestling.
That's right. I still got to tell Brandon my wrestling stuff. That's right.
Well,
There you go.
I mean, folks, I have Michael J. Fox from not only like British Columbia, but when he was a toddler, he lived in Chilliwack, BC, where I live and have lived basically my entire life.
So good.
No wonder
awesome. I
love him.
Yep.
No wonder he's your hometown hero.
He's my hometown boy. He's a hero. Okay, before we have to talk about one more thing about the movie, and then we can start talking about
What is
the
it,
release
Brandon?
and the numbers. Yes. All right, you're gonna get you're gonna this kicked off YouTube. So Teen Wolf has this famous shot at the end of the movie where the rumor was that there was a flasher in the movie, because at the end of the movie there's the credit sequence. The Beavers have won. He comes up, Scott comes up to the crowd and he hugs his Booth is there, and I believe his dad is there, and then a person stands up and their pants are open and something flops around. And it has always been like, oh my God, there's a flasher in Teen Wolf. Obviously you guys are aware of this.
I'm aware.
Okay. Do you know the truth behind this moment, Craig?
I will choose to believe that what I saw was a man's Teen Wolf.
His pre-Wolf.
His pre-Teen Wolf. No, I don't know the story. I just knew
Okay.
the urban legend.
So, this is from the documentary, the 2.5-hour documentary. And one of the coolest things about it is, hopefully that information goes away, they show the full screen open matte version of the end of the sequence.
Okay.
And what it is it's not even a man at all. It is a woman.
Oh, wow.
And the story goes is that she was an extra and her pants were too tight while she was sitting down watching the game and on all the shooting that day, that
She unbuttoned them.
she unbuttoned her pants. And then
Yep.
they shot the finale where everybody has to get up and cheer, and she forgot her pants were
Yep.
unbuttoned. So she
what's-
stands up and then she covers
What's
her,
flopping around
her
down there?
undergarments with her sweater there.
Do we want to see it?
Yes, play the clip. So this is the So they've blurred her face because they obviously don't have permission to share her identity.
But that is clearly a blonde.
Buttoning her. Yeah, so her pants are unbuttoned.
but if you watch the movie in letterbox, like widescreen, the aspect ratio, it cuts it like just underneath her chest. And for years that was the rumor, that there was a man flashing his nether regions in the end of Teen Wolf. But I'm here to debunk it officially on A Blockbuster Year. It was a woman, and her pants were just too tight.
Yeah. But Vern,
that was
Jules
the
and
same
Vern is
woman
still pointing to his deal, right?
Yes. Yeah, Michael J. Fox movies are plagued with penis rumors.
Yeah, you're telling me
there's two of my films with penis rumors?
You tell me at the end of Doc Hollywood, she shows back up again.
In the background of all his films.
Yeah,
she's the Flasher.
She's the back. She's also in 3 Men and a Baby and Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about 3 Men and a Baby. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Kid committed suicide.
Yeah, a cardboard cutout of the Flasher in 3 Men and a Baby. Yeah.
It's just Ted Danson, right? In that one, it's a standee of Ted Danson.
That's what the story. Yeah, the story goes is that in 3 Men and a Baby, there's the rumor that the film is haunted. There's a ghost in the window in the apartment, but it apparently is actually a cardboard standee of Ted Danson that somebody had on set and hid it there.
Which is even scarier.
So scary.
If you really think about it.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the Ted Danson's whatever his character was, he was an actor in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't Ted Danson and some crew member. Like, it was supposed to be one of his promo things that he had done, and he loves himself. He's an actor, and here's my standee.
Gotcha.
That's an interesting interpretation. Yeah, I could see that.
I didn't realize
I thought it was the little lady from 3 Men and a Little Lady.
No, it's Leonard Nimoy, director of 3 Men and a Little Lady.
Are you kidding me?
You didn't know that?
Nah.
Dr. Spock himself directed 3 Men and a Little Lady.
I don't think I knew that either, man.
Wow.
Well,
just dropping facts and debunking rumors on A Blockbuster Year here. Just
setting the record straight.
Life. Yeah. Let's talk about the release of this film. Teen Wolf comes out August 23rd, 1985. And just for context, Back to the Future came out July 3rd, 1985. So this is just over a month, a month and 20 days since the release of Back to the Future. And that was a conscious choice by the producers of Teen Wolf, because they got buzz. They got early buzz.
They got the rub, right?
Yes. That this Back to the Future movie was going to be good and it was going to be a big hit. So they withheld that release, and then they put $4 million into advertising for Teen Wolf. So 4 times the budget just in advertising, and it worked, because Teen Wolf opened up to number 2 just behind Back to the Future for 4 weeks. It was number 2 in the theaters. It played for 16 weeks.
Wow.
And just for context, Back to the Future played for 33 weeks. We talked about the reviews. The reviews were not great. Even at the time, the critics, obviously, they were being quite critical of this movie. And
yeah, but you got to look at the audience reviews.
Yeah, exactly. The 85 Rotten Tomatoes. That's the other thing. It's so frustrating to look at all of this release information and try to find this stuff, because all of that Metacritic, all of the Rotten Tomatoes stuff comes up, and it's like, no, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't need some guy's review of Teen Wolf from 2014. That's a lot of that kind of stuff.
But I did find on the Wikipedia, they have a quote from Vincent Canby of the New York Times, and this is his quote about Teen Wolf: "Aggravatingly boring. The film is overacted by everyone except Mr. Fox, who is seen to far better advantage in Back to the Future."
I agree with that guy.
Imagine, I would have done I would have done promos that specifically reference Back to the Future, like Michael J. Fox. You've seen him date his mother. Now see him be a teen wolf. I would have been doing all of that kind of stuff.
They changed the tagline on the poster to specifically say Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future or from Back to the Future is Teen Wolf, right?
Wow.
They
Wow.
put Back to the Future on the posters.
Love
Wow.
But it worked for a movie that cost we'll call it $5 million because they put the $4 million into advertising. Ended up making $33 million over the course of 16 weeks.
Wow.
So in for all intents and purposes, it was a hit. They doubled their money back. Or no, not doubled, sorry. I was thinking 15. They quadrupled their money.
Mm-hmm.
Or more. I mean,
More.
Yeah, I would have fast tracked the Styles spinoff series.
I agree.
Yeah,
I would have been all in on
light.
Styles.
Jerry was very
I would
strong.
I would have had a movie where Styles moves to Transylvania to go up against other teen monsters, and he's got the experience of knowing the Teen Wolf.
Well, he's going to market them. He's really good at merch and
He
T-shirts.
puts together a boy band. Yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Wolf Fever. He was the leading.
Yeah, I mean, so Teen Wolf makes $33 million. For context, Back to the Future made $215 million in its original run in theaters.
Similar.
But, Teen Wolf spins off a sequel, Teen Wolf 2. We've talked about it tonight. Terrible movie. If you can stomach it, there is some, insane stuff in it. So it's like...
A new comedy starring Michael J. Fox of Back to the Future.
Yes, that's right.
That is a ballsy move.
Thank you, Jason, for pulling that up. It also had an animated series, 2 seasons from 1986 to 1987. I tried to find some of it. I couldn't find. I found the first episode is on YouTube. That's it.
So I think I remember this. Was it like a Saturday morning cartoon?
Yep.
I think I remember this. Right before
Scott
Pee-wee's Playhouse kind of thing.
Yeah, I forgot to look up what channel played it, but Scott was in it, Boof was in it, Styles was in it, and Scott's dad obviously. But they brought in grandparents. Scott had a sister.
Mm-hmm.
The show, they changed it so that nobody except for the family and Styles and Boof knew that he was Teen Wolf.
Right, it's right, like Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yes. Put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's funny.
Which it's weird because isn't that what makes Teen Wolf fun? Is that
the coming out element?
Is he's the wolf at school.
Maybe someone found that too unbelievable for a cartoon.
They're like, hey. Have you guys noticed that the Teen Wolf never comes to school? It's the same day as Scott does.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
never
right.
seen them in the same place.
And Scott doesn't wear glasses, and the Wolf's always wearing glasses.
Oh, this animation's hilarious. I'm looking at the. This is great.
Yeah, I watched the first episode this morning. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I remember being CBS cartoon too.
Whoever
whoever did the Punky Brewster cartoon, it was that kind of animation and tone.
Yeah. I like this from the Wikipedia. Although the cartoon series ran for 3 years, the third year was entirely reruns. Well, then it didn't.
It's 2 years.
That's 2 years. But man, Seinfeld's been on for 50 years. It's just the last 41 years have been reruns.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're describing how TV works.
I couldn't believe how few episodes there were of Pee-wee's Playhouse, not to switch around, but when I bought all of the shows on Apple TV or whatever, the whole series, I couldn't believe how few episodes there were per year. Because I remembered watching it every freaking Saturday.
6 seasons, I believe Pee-wee's is. But I don't know how many episodes a season. What, 13?
It might have been 10 a max, I think. It was very few.
Yeah.
Very few. Some had 6, I think. It was very few.
I
think the later seasons, are split.
On the Pee-wee doc, I feel like they maybe talked about that, maybe the studio was pushing for more, but he was such a perfection. I don't know. There was something, an anecdote.
That sounds familiar. Yeah,
I remember them covering something
vaguely
about
remember that. Yeah,
they ordered 2 seasons at the same time, I think, and he was getting burnt out because of the constant workflow.
Does anybody have anything else to say about plot or anything on Teen Wolf? Jay, do you have any notes that you haven't talked about?
No, I mean Pasadena for Nebraska. That was sort of obvious, but we talked about it. Um, I like the
Oh,
coach who said, "Doesn't matter how you play the game; it's whether you win or lose." I thought that was kind of funny.
yes, exactly. I
And
mean,
somehow,
Coach
something about that
Finstock is the
line read
best.
made me think like I guess Jay Thomas wasn't available or was too expensive because he's like
Yeah,
of the same
Finstock's great.
time.
Well, I think Finstock was friends with the producers.
That makes sense.
I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure. Like he just feels like he's uh, actually a basketball coach, and like he's like owning that role. Like I want to know more. I want to know his backstory. I want to know about the bill collectors and the bookies that are bothering him. He makes
Yeah,
the
what's his?
joke
I wrote
about
his quote down. He has such a great quote.
when he says that
Yeah, his
the
advice to
IRS has a
Scott.
personal vendetta against him
Oh
or
no,
whatever.
I'm talking about when he's in the locker room and he says, "Hey, never get less than 12 hours sleep. Never play cards with a guy who's got the same first name as a city. Never go near a lady who's got a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now stick with that, and everything else is cream cheese."
Yeah, it's like what?
He's
I
serious.
love
Like
that.
he is so awesome. Like
He's
he's
great.
such a great character. He's so funny. Um, the this is like so stupid, but I did write it down because I noticed it at the end final championship basketball game in the crowd. There is a guy wearing a police academy shirt,
Rad.
and it's not a like white block letters that say police academy like he's from the police academy. It is the yellow police academy font, like the
From the
logo
movie.
from the movie.
Yeah,
He's in the crowd wearing a police academy shirt.
that's great.
That's
As he
funny.
should. That's awesome.
He's a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly like, it's been really fun to kind of pick this apart a little bit. It's definitely a product of its time.
Yeah.
They just do not make these types of movies anymore.
Yep.
I mean, even like for a movie that's low budget, like it still has like I know we were joking about the film stock earlier, but like it looks pretty good. Like
It does.
it's not,
Definitely.
and it's filmed well. Like one thing, and I don't know who like the cinematographers and stuff were, but one thing you'll find about a lot of these movies back then is like this is not exactly what it is, but sometimes you'll be like, "Oh, who shot Teen Wolf?" And you're like, "Oh, it's the guy who shot Raiders of the Lost Ark."
Yeah.
Like these guys just
100%.
worked, and you don't get that anymore, right? There's a
No.
so yeah, it's just a product of its time. Super fun, iconic. Everybody knows Teen Wolf. They could have made it could have been an R-rated like raunchy teen comedy if it
Yeah.
just went a couple clicks further. But
Yeah.
it's fairly wholesome.
Yeah. It's very pretty tame.
When you said it's $1 million, I actually am pretty impressed with it for $1 million.
You know, to
Like
yeah.
they pulled a rabbit out of their hat for $1 million.
Yeah, it's actually it's very impressive, considering like how expensive cheap movies are today, even
Sure.
in our own modern dollars.
And to get a
Right.
movie that even feels loosely related to Back to the Future, which it did.
But-
It's not just the poster. Like it actually does have you can feel the lineage there.
Yeah, and it's modern movies too. Like they just don't look like low budget modern movies. Like the video equipment is so good, and technology has advanced so much that everything looks so slick and over produced and over color corrected. And like
Mhm.
it's like just give me some film grain and some Teen Wolves, and we'll be fine. Like
Yeah.
like
Well, and maybe there's something to be said about like even low budget movies or a low budget professional film is still shot on 35 millimeter film.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah, if you were making like a student film or something, maybe you'd shoot on like 16 millimeter, like a smaller film stock.
sure.
But now
At $1 million,
nowadays,
I would expect this to be shot at 16. To be honest with you, at $1 million,
That's
it's
true,
very
yeah.
hard to make a 35 millimeter film.
but nowadays there is so many types of digital cameras that people are just shooting things with anything. I mean, 28 days or 28 years later is shot on iPhones.
Yeah, you can shoot a feature film with an iPhone these days.
Yeah, and what's his name? Gareth Edwards is shooting the creator on like consumer Sony cameras.
Right.
Tim
Yeah, it's
Sturstead.
crazy.
Tim
so there's
Sturstedt
like
was the cinematographer.
there's so much like flexibility in the equipment that you use. But in the 80s, if you were shooting a 35 millimeter film for the cinema, you're using cameras and 35 millimeter film. Yeah, it might be it could be a cheaper film stock. It might not be a Panavision camera. It could be a different company, but there's something about film that just looks so much better. And then now that we're in the age of 4K restorations and these Blu-rays and re-releases, the stuff that comes out and looks so good is all the stuff that's shot on film, because the
Right.
resolution, it's literal magic. The resolution that is in these film
I mean,
reels.
go watch low budget slasher movies from the 80s. Even though the acting is atrocious most of the time, like they still look really good.
Yeah.
Maybe the editing isn't great and maybe the acting isn't great, but the aesthetic is usually there. And nowadays, like, you know, with horror and like A24 and like there's it's very intentional and very much like an overproduced, like replicating an aesthetic that worked in another movie, then everybody just copy pastes and has
Yeah.
the pre-programmed filters in Final
Yes.
Cut or Premiere or
Right.
whatever.
Exactly.
And by the way, I'm not I'm not a filmmaker, so I'm literally talking out of my ass. But hey, I'm a podcaster, so expert
Yeah,
level knowledge.
exactly.
So
There's no doubt that
anyways.
people go to these, they're going to hire a cinematographer and say, I want my thing to look like Stranger Things, or I want my thing to look like
100%.
Superbad, or whatever. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
And then you find out who did those things and what their settings were, and then just like you said, cut and paste.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we
Okay,
do
so
this?
yeah, I think the last thing I like to do on here, Craig, is I know you're probably familiar with the app Letterboxd, right?
I'm very familiar.
Yes, I believe we follow each other on Letterboxd.
I don't use it much, but I
I
like that movies are part of the culture.
Yes, I love Letterboxd. I love logging movies. I love writing my own little reviews. Um, oh, did we? You still there, Craig?
I'm here.
Okay. So I love reading people's reviews on Letterboxd, because I think that there is something so funny about somebody's like commentary being so specific to in jokes in the movie. So for all of these movies, I like to go through Letterboxd and I like to pull some of the reviews
Sure.
from Letterboxd. Okay, Dan says both better and worse than you remember. 2.5 stars. Federica says Michael J. Fox must be tired after carrying the whole movie on his shoulders.
Oh wow. I like that one.
Dan O. Cornman. Oh, sorry, Dan O. Conman says some believe this is an allegory for puberty. Well, I believe it's just a movie about how fun it would be to see a 5'4" wolf dunk a basketball. 3.5 stars. T Culture Vulture. The beauty in Teen Wolf is that the filmmakers had only the most casual knowledge of how werewolves or basketball are supposed to work.
Oh
3
my God.
stars.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, the basketball scenes are like atrocious. Yeah.
One of the other things they talk about in the documentary is at one point, Michael J. Fox came up to Rod Daniel, the director, and said, "Hey, you got all the cameras set up. Why don't you just let us play a game of basketball, and then you can just use that footage and cut in between it."
Yeah.
And they had time, I guess. So he said, "Okay, do it." And apparently, it was like the worst game of basketball ever. None of that footage is appearing in the movie because it was so bad.
I mean, the way Michael, like I was hanging out with my nephews this weekend.
Yeah.
The way that Michael J. Fox shoots free throws is the way my 6-year-old nephew shoots, like on a 10-foot basket. He's just like, ah! It's like no form.
Well, here, okay, so back to the reviews. Paul says Michael J. Fox sweats a lot in human form, but doesn't pant heavily as the wolf. I call bullshit. 3.5 stars.
3.5 stars.
And then this one is something we did talk about, but I brought it up because I wanted to talk about it. It says, my favorite subplot is that one of Scott's friends hates that he's a wolf so much that he stops talking to him for the rest of the movie, and it's never really resolved.
Yeah,
3 stars.
It's so good. It's Lewis. This is so funny. And we really didn't talk about the greatest look of the Teen Wolf, which is his Civil War.
Oh yes, no wolf, no part.
Yeah, I mean that is just. I want to go to a Civil War reenactment and see if there's maybe a couple wolves out there.
One of the things that I love in movies and TV is watching an actor play a bad actor.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It's so much fun.
It's way worse than like an actual bad actor would be.
Mm-hmm.
And we've, up until the point of them doing the bad acting, we've been watching them, most of the time do good acting.
Right.
And so it always comes, and I'm always like, oh God, I just love it. I could watch someone like Michael J. Fox be a bad actor for a whole movie, I guess.
Well, we should go through his filmography. I'm sure we could find one.
Find some more bad acting.
No, this is fun.
So the last thing that we do on here is we just give our own ratings. I'm happy to go first. Do you guys each have a rating out of 5 stars?
Yep.
I think I do. Yeah.
Well, for me, Teen Wolf is a 3-star movie. I feel like there's enough of it that I love. There's enough of it that works for me, and it could be a 4-star. There's just too much weird stuff that takes that 4-star away. So for me, on Letterboxd specifically, it's 3 stars and a heart for me, because I do like this movie.
Oh, we're adding new symbols. Hilarious.
You don't have to do the heart. That's just for the Letterboxd people.
I'm going to give it 3 stars. I do have a running document with my 100 favorite movies on it. Not in any kind of order. I try to update it like once a year, if anything modern enters into it.
Yeah, do you take stuff off when you want to add? Like, does it always stay at 100?
Yeah, it stays at 100.
Oh, that's cool.
Teen Wolf is not on my top 100, but I could probably make a case for it replacing something on here. I think it's a 3-star. For nostalgic purposes, I could probably get to 3.5, but as just like a movie going experience, 3.
Yeah.
I don't have
Jay?
the childhood nostalgia, so for me, I'm just looking at it fresh. I'm still trying to take in the things that you guys mentioned. You all make good points, a lot of things to consider. I still think it's 2 stars because it's just straight up not a good movie. But it does have Michael J. Fox in it, and it is a kind of a big swing. I like Boof a lot. Styles carried the thing for me. There's a lot of those other comments are talking about how the supporting cast was not so great. They didn't bother me. I didn't think it was awful. But the movie as a whole, I thought was a weird. I don't know what they were going for, and 2 stars. I'll probably never watch it again.
So, and then just as a follow-up, Craig, are you going to watch Teen Wolf 2? Are you inspired?
I do like Jason Bateman. I've seen all of Ozark. Look. There's so much to watch and there's so much to do that if I ever have a very rainy day where I can't find anything else, maybe just curiosity will get the best of me and I'll check out Teen Wolf 2. But like I said, I've avoided it for a long time. And this is an era of really bad sequels like Caddyshack 2 and others where it's not even like it's just not as good as the first one. It's like it doesn't even feel like the same. Like it's even a movie.
It feels like they're trying to trick people.
Right.
And Jay, same question to you. Will you be watching Teen Wolf 2?
I'm not going to buy it. If it's available to watch on Tubi or Hoobie or Mubi or one of those, then maybe.
Well, I can't wait till we do a Blockbuster Year 1987, and I'll get you back on, Craig, and you both,
good movies
you both have to.
You know what? I will confirm right now. I will do, or maybe it'll be like a Patreon bonus episode. When you do Teen Wolf 2, I'm there.
There we go.
Okay. Sounds good.
I guess we're doing it. Craig, thanks so much for being here, man. It was very cool.
Yeah, Craig, I honestly I can't thank you enough. I look up to your shows. Toy Anxiety is inspiration for me, and
Oh my
really is like
gosh.
And I'm gonna check
it's
that
like
one
my
out.
it's my favorite thing Tuesday nights. I got to be there, watch Toy Anxiety.
No, I appreciate that. We, like I said, we love that we get to do what we do, and that we've built a little community, and the support is awesome. And I'm happy to come do this. And you guys are just getting started. And like I was telling you, Brandon, like it's such a cool concept what you're doing, and I'm super excited about it. See where it goes.
Uh,
And I know Abby and Jacob and Ryan are all going to be doing
yes,
episodes. So
Awesome.
Abby
yes,
last night was trying to steal Ryan's.
yes.
Nice.
So Craig had a show last night, Toy Anxiety, and there was a really great bit that started because Craig had mentioned that he was going to do the show tonight, and then you guys came up with French Horn Frankenstein because
Yep.
they were like, "There's how come there's no other monster movies in high school?" And
Yep.
it
Yep.
was French Horn Frankenstein. Ryan said Home Ec Mummy.
I'll make mommy. And then what was Abby's AP art Bride of Frankenstein?
Oh yeah, Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we
but
have a lot of fun, and yeah, I love it's cool to do this stuff with your friends. And like I love movies so much, and I find myself, obviously I'm a toy collector, but I was such a huge DVD collector in my teenage years, and I really moved away from that. And I'm now like physical media is so important. I'm really re-engaging with buying 4K and
yeah.
Criterion and Steel books, and just building up my library of things that I just want to own. Because I watched Teen Wolf on Amazon Prime, and it looked like shit. So
Oh really?
yeah, I mean, it looked like what Amazon Prime streaming looks like. So
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, thank you guys for having me. I just really appreciate it.
Well, it was great. So much fun to talk to you about Teen Wolf.
What are we
Yeah,
doing
I don't
next
think
week?
yeah,
Oh,
what's
sorry.
next week? No, you're good. You're good.
Well, next week, do you want to talk about our guest, Jay?
Yeah, and then we should wrap it up because
Yes,
our
I know.
podcasts are too long, in my opinion.
I'm having the time of
Our
my
guest
life.
next week is he's in the comments, I would guess here, Dustin Mario Johnson. He's a Goonie friend that we met up in Astoria when we became friends, Brandon, and he's got his own podcasty Facebook streamy thing that he's creating over on Facebook, and that's growing. And yeah, and I have a feeling that in the future there'll be things we do together, so it'll be nice to have him on our show.
Yeah.
And what's the movie we've chosen to do?
We're going to be talking about Joe Dante's Explorers.
Yeah, finally Jay
Ooh.
picks one.
Yeah, a film I've never seen, but I mean, just that poster, those bikes leaned up against the fence with the light coming through.
Yep.
And
Whoa,
I
dude.
believe
I
it's
really think
young-
you're going to like this one, buddy. I really,
Ethan-
really do.
who
This
is it?
is a
Ethan
movie that's up your alley.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke and River Phoenix.
Nice. It had the cover's got this nice Amblin good feeling about it.
Yeah, very E.T. It feels like.
There's going to be a lot of good stuff in there for you.
Well, and
James
and
Cromwell's
so,
in it.
Speaking of physical media, so I love the Shout Factory Blu-rays, and one of my favorite things about Shout Factory is they always create new artwork. So this is the slip cover for Explorers, and they always create new artwork. But one of the
gorgeous.
things that they do is they always put the original artwork on the back side.
That's
So
cool.
if you buy these, you can actually flip.
Wow.
So there's the original. You can flip the cover art
Super
to
cool.
put the original cover on. So I usually always flip the cover just because the original cover art is usually what I want. But I love it when I'm able to get the releases that have the slip cover because then I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
So I'm
Yeah,
excited
well,
for that.
I've never seen that either, so maybe I'll watch it and then watch along with you guys next week.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Craig, where can people find you?
Oh boy. So YHS Podcast or at YHS Podcast on Instagram and X. You can find our YouTube channel. Yes, have some podcast. We have weekly episodes that drop on Mondays. We're about to do a bunch of horror episodes coming up for Halloween. So we're going to be covering specific movies throughout the month of October. We haven't officially announced them yet, but I can give you the teases here. We're going to be doing Return of the Living Dead, Possession, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives.
Nice.
And what is the fourth one? There's a fourth one. I can't think of it, but It's The Exorcist 3. So we're doing those 4 movies in October, and we're gonna do deep dives and break them down. So that drops every Monday, and then we also do trailer reactions and things like that. And then Toy Anxiety every Tuesday night on the Toy Anxiety YouTube channel, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And you can follow me on my personal social media at Craig Goldbergs on Instagram, and I just mostly post pictures of my cats.
Nice.
Well,
because I collect those as well.
One last plug for Craig's book, because if you're a Ghostbusters fan, this is everything related to the real Ghostbusters animated series. This is the history of the television show, and the history of all of the toys and collectibles, and it really is. I don't want to wreck my book, but it's chock full of just like incredible artwork and history. So Craig and Troy Benjamin, they wrote this book together, and you can buy it wherever you get your books, whether it's in store or online.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of work into it, and had a lot of great help from various people, including you and Ryan Dole, and obviously Jacob and Abigail, and really a team effort to get it across the finish line. And yeah, hopefully we can do more cool Ghostbusters books and projects in the future. I do love Ghostbusters. That is one thing about me people will learn.
Yes.
Really like it. And never let Ryan Dole tell you he doesn't like Ghostbusters. He might like it more than anybody.
That's true. Ryan Dole might be the biggest Ghostbusters fan I know.
That's his big secret.
So Craig Goldberg.
Jay, where can people find you?
Thank you for that. I'm still trying to follow Craig on Instagram as we speak here. It's YHS and then just your name, right? Craig.
Yeah, with an S. Craig
with
Goldberg.
an S at the end. Okay, got it. That's you. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Followed both. Thank you, Brandon. Porsche Life 111 on Instagram, and Late Night Playset on Instagram, I guess, and YouTube. And if you're in the LA area, come on out to Hot Wheels on 10/4 when I'll be a guest judge at the Hot Wheels Legends Tour, which would be really cool if you're into cars and Hot Wheels and toys and stuff. So,
very cool. That's awesome.
How about you, Brandon?
I'm Brandon. You can find me at BC DeLorean on all the social medias. Follow our Instagram page for A Blockbuster Year. Subscribe to our channel. And I should say that next week, we will be live streaming. We live stream on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yep.
And for the Facebook watchers, we will finally be live streaming on our Blockbuster Year Facebook page.
Yes.
We learned that there was a 60-day waiting period when you start a Facebook page before you can live stream on it.
Yep.
So we've been live streaming on Jay's page, but just all of the Facebook watchers, just so you know, we will be live streaming on our Blockbuster Year Facebook page coming next week with Explorers.
And I will try to, and I'll remember to post the link to the other channel on my channel in case you go there.
I'll remind you.
Sense. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just these ones and zeros world is so clumsy.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, doing the replay. And again, I've said it time and time, but thank you, Craig, for doing this show. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm happy to do it, and I think you guys are killing it. And to all the teen wolves out there, keep your head up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
that it?
good
Are we
night,
done?
everybody. Yes.
That's it?
We
I'm
did
pushing
it.
the button. Thanks, everybody.